Hi. Okay, so this is my second day here in Maldives, and yesterday when I reached the airport, something happened to me that has never happened to me in my whole entire life while traveling. So once I got at the immigration, they called a police officer, and then he took me to this room where he interrogated me for about 20 minutes max. And that has never happened to me. And you see movies, and when people are detained and interrogated like that, it's never a good feeling, right? And I felt the same way. And he was asking me a lot of questions, a lot of random, useless questions. He was going through both of my passports and looking at all the visas that I had in the past. And he was asking me what I did, and a lot of useless questions that should not have been asked. So, but it wasn't anything hostile. He was quite friendly, if I'm being honest. But after 20 minutes, I asked him, listen, I've been to so many countries, and this is the first time that has ever happened to me, that this has ever happened to me. And I asked him, why was that? And he said that you are traveling alone, and you're from Nepal. So, historically speaking, Nepalese, especially men who travel alone, they tend to flee to whatever country they go to. So, if you are from Nepal and if you are traveling alone to places, not just Maldives, but any places, you automatically have a target in your back as someone who might elope. That's not the word. Someone who might run away or like never return back to their country, right? And I said, I would never do that. I mean, and then he said, that's what they all say. But then I told him, and then he asked me for my return tickets and then my hotel and stuff like that, which I had. But even then, he was really reluctant to let me out of the office. And then I told him, listen, look at my past, look at all the visas that I've got. I've been to a lot of countries. There is no way I will be doing this. Also, just look at my return ticket and my hotel booking. And then he laughed, and then I was like, wait, this is not really funny because I'm not laughing. Um, but yeah, he let me out after 20 minutes, and you know what he said at the end? He was like, you know what? There's a first time for everything. Maybe this is kind of like an experience for you too. I was like, yeah, bitch, it was an experience for me, not a good one. Um, but I just told you the reason why he did that, and it's kind of sad that some people have to suffer the consequences of what somebody else had done. And this is not the first time, I belonging from Nepal and traveling with a Nepalese passport, I'm always looked down upon, especially other immigrants, whether be it in India or in Europe. Like it does tend to happen. The first thing when they see your passport, the green passport that I have, they look at you funny, like, why are you traveling alone? The first thing they ask you is that, why are you traveling alone? Because the hotel that I'm staying at, the receptionist was also from Nepal, and he told me that usually when men from Nepal, especially boys or men who come traveling alone, are interrogated like that, because this is a country where people come with family or friends or with their partners, right? So if there are people who's traveling with their let's say a spouse or girlfriend, then they're not asked those questions. But if there is a single man or even two men, then that kind of makes them a target of suspicion. I think this is also, no, I know that this is also the reason why my Australian tourist visa was refused back in 2018, because I was gallivanting all across Europe and Asia all by myself. So they were like, you know what, you're not going to go back to my country, which wasn't true. But then, once they made their mind up, you can't do anything about it. So I mean, it kind of hurts, right? Like to put you in a stereotypical box and then kind of judge you based on what other people have done. And I don't kind of blame them, but it's sad. So what I've vowed is that I'm gonna fucking travel the whole world using my stupid Nepalese passport to prove a point. I want to do that. I've traveled to 21 countries, including this, and then I will keep on traveling. I will try to travel alone as possible, and then still using my Nepalese passport. And when I'll be done with the whole world, I hope nobody will question me then, because at the end of the day, No matter where I go, Europe, America, Australia, Asia, I will fly back to my home country. Nepal. Jai Nepal.